Hello, everyone. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to Communications. Of course, my name is Patrick Williams, and I'm really looking forward to teaching this class. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to learn a lot together, and I think you're going to really enjoy the book and also the content that we provide each module that we take a look at, because each module is going to have different aspects of communication that we learn and, of course, strive to do better on. One of the things about communication is it's going to be helpful not in your just your career, but also your personal life, right? Communication is the way, of course, we interact with each other, and learning how to do that better can only be a positive thing for all of us. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to hearing more about you as individuals as we navigate this course, and of course, I'm looking more forward to helping you progress through your academic career, of course. So it's going to be a lot of fun. This is called a check-in video, and I offer these check-in videos once a week. Usually I post them on the weekend, so that provides you an opportunity when Monday rolls in. If you start watching and taking a look at the course on Monday early in the morning, you can watch the video first off and really know what's coming next, of course, in the module. So I open the module a few days prior, but we'll get into that in a bit. The first thing I want to do is help you navigate and understand online Blackboard. So this is an online course, so your lectures are going to be recorded, but I do offer Zoom calls if you're interested. They're not required, but Zoom calls are available if you're interested. They're called office hours. Since this is an online class, that's an opportunity for you to talk to me, or maybe a few students want to talk to me at the same time. That's totally fine. What most students honestly do to reach out is just email. I'm very, very fast at responding to email. So that usually answers their questions. However, if you want a little bit more in depth, you want to talk through things, I'm happy to meet via Zoom too. So this is an online class. It's going to be really unique for you guys, and I think you're going to really, really enjoy it because the nature of the course itself, the textbook, all that kind of good stuff, allows it to be online. All right, let's take a look at some of the course sections here on the left side of the page, and I'm going to have to pause and move around the screen, so that might feel a little jumpy here, but that's the reason why. The side shows some cool things. I'm going to use a highlighter here so it works. The announcement section is what we are on right now. It'll look a little different because the video will be posted that you're watching, but that's where I post the check-in videos, the announcement section here in this Blackboard course. The course syllabus, which we'll go over here in a bit, shows the course syllabus, the course schedule, the guides, all that kind of stuff that relates to the flow of the course. So a really important section. The course content is where you find the majority of the material for the course. That's going to have each module sections, and in regards to that, that's going to have your content for each module, like the videos, the lectures, where to read, all that kind of good stuff. Resources is going to be some tools and things that you can use in order to be successful in the class. The same thing with tools. The instructor section is a little bit about me, which I'll click on next. And yeah, it's just like a FYI, get to know your instructor. Email, of course, that's pretty clear what that is. It's located here, a quick link. The library, PMI library, which is great to use. We'll use this a lot in our research coming up. That is located there. And then the help desk for any IT issues. Let's start with my introduction real quick. We'll get that over with, and then we'll jump into the course syllabus section. At the beginning, but I don't want to bore you guys with my background. Really old picture, by the way. I need to get a new one done. I feel like it was many years ago. So, all right. Name's Patrick, of course. I have a bachelor's in health science. You're probably wondering why I teach this class, and this is going to help with that. I have a bachelor's of health science and a master's in healthcare administration from St. Joe's in Philadelphia. I got that back in 2016, and I've been pursuing a doctorate for many years now, since I started at my job here, Swedish Providence, or Providence, Swedish, and it's been about 7 years. It's taken a long time because I've only done a few classes at a time. I only got 2 classes left in my thesis. I'm actually in a class right now as I record this, which is really challenging, but a lot of research writing, and yeah, a lot of things that correspond to our research here, so it's going to be really interesting. My full-time employment is, of course, in the healthcare sector. I was in Alaska for many years at a critical access hospital, and then moved to Seattle after that hospital closed. Took a job at Swedish, and then transferred into a larger role as director of ops for Providence Medical Group in the Olympia, Washington area. So I really enjoy my job. I have to deal with communication all the time. Sometimes I'm good at it. Sometimes I struggle with it. Sometimes I'm bad, and I still need to learn and improve. So as I teach this course, I still learn things. It's really great. I really enjoy, teaching. It's one of my hobbies, so I do it a lot of times on my downtime for my full-time job, which is, I think, a great thing. But it's a lot of fun, and I enjoy, of course, sports, as many of you, I'm sure, do. So that's a little bit about me. Feel free to read it. If you want to learn more, I'm happy to answer more questions. But I know you guys are wanting to learn more about the course, so we're going to get into that now. But I'm looking forward to learning along with you guys. All right, I'm going to move the video screen here. Go ahead and click the course syllabus. All right, so the course syllabus section is going to have, of course, your course syllabus, course schedule, PPS form, competencies, and the course guide. We're not going to go through all these today, but the main thing that I want to make sure that you do is read through each one. They're really important, especially that course schedule, to show what's coming up next. I am going to click on the course syllabus really quick to have an overview. Most of this is standard. You can take a look at it, read through it, but it talks a little bit about the material overall, and I think you'll easily understand it. The communications textbook, just so you know, are on version 2. Version 1 was the same thing. They just moved around a few chapters, so it's on version 2 now. All this is kind of standard. One thing that I'll point out is you're not allowed to use ChatGPT or AI learning tools in this class to write your paper, as an example. Or your discussion posts. Don't use them for that, but you can use them for ideas, and we could talk more about that in the future, but I wanted to point that out. All right, big thing that I want you to take a look at is how we're evaluated in this class. One large assignment is the APA presentation, which is going to be 25%. It should actually say APA paper and presentation, but you get the drift there. It's a paper and a presentation for 25%. Homework. You actually do have a homework section due in the first week, homework for Chapter 1. Those are 2% each, right? So 10 for 20%. Your PPS is still worth 15%, your participation in the class, which is going to, of course, have to do with getting your work done on time. And that, that's how you participate. You get your work done on time, you do your discussion posts on time, you interact with other fellow caregivers. I said caregivers because that's what I normally say on my full-time job. Students is what I meant. One day you'll all be caregivers in some capacity, right? All right, because that's what, of course, in healthcare we call our staff as caregivers. But discussion boards, 1% each. So take a look at that from that perspective. I think that's an important section, especially because it applies to your PPS. That's how we communicate in this class. It's an online environment. And then your final exam, which is 30% of the grade, which is a large percentage. But we don't have a midterm or anything like that in this class. All right. Take a look at this at your convenience. Take a look at is this course schedule. I know you can't see the top of the page here, but it has just an overview of what's coming up and when things are due. As you can tell for week 1, it does say short week, and it starts on Monday, so it's not too terribly short, but it's shorter than when I open, of course, on an earlier date, which I try to do for you guys. I'll try to open it as an example week 2 on Saturday, so you can get in to the material a little early. So from that perspective, the week 1 material, of course, your original discussion board post is going to be due, which we'll show in a minute, 6/11 at midnight, which is Wednesday. It's always due on a Wednesday, middle of the week. So that gives you a chance just to read through the material in a few days and then start your homework. All right, and we'll talk about that in a bit. Responses are going to be due on Sundays for your discussion posts, and your homework is going to be due on Sundays as well, because that's end of week. It's not like I want it due or done on a Sunday. That's just end of week, because the new week starts on a Monday. You can totally get it done earlier than that, and I recommend that. So, but take a look at this when you get a chance. It's just our course schedule and guide. I'm not going to open the competencies or the course guide, but take a look at that when you get a chance as well. because I want to spend some time opening our course content section and going through that. Talked about Zoom earlier. That's why this is listed at the top, office hours for you guys, Mondays 10 to 12, because that's the time that our class is scheduled. But you can really just contact me anytime, and as long as it works in my schedule, I'll add you in, and it usually does. I find time for you guys. So if you can't meet or don't want to meet at that time, we can meet another time. Just email me and ask for the link. All right. No need to get into the research paper and rubric yet. I actually want to double check to make sure that's correct. I found an issue with that in the past, so I'll probably not have that available for a bit, but when it's available, you can look at it when you get a chance. That actually took it away because I want to fix it a little bit because I don't think it's super clear in a couple of areas. As time goes on, when you teach a class, over and over again, you notice things, so you try to improve. So you guys are getting the latest and greatest here. All right, so let's click on week 1, effective communication introduction. So as you're going to see here, you're going to have a few things that I think are going to be interesting to you guys. First off, and I want to use my fancy pencil here, you have your very cool lecture. I try to keep my lectures 15 minutes or less because studies show that after 15 minutes, people zone out. And the cool thing about the lectures is you can pause them, restart them, take a break, go to the book, anything. So they're 15 minutes or less, these lectures, which I think are going to be great for you guys. I do also like to include, as time goes on, in each module, some supplemental videos from experts in the field. So these are great videos. TED Talks a lot of times. So how to speak so that people want to listen. That's a great thought process there, a great video. And then the human connection, which improves healthcare, which is another TED Talk, which is going to be helpful for you guys. Sometimes they're a little old, so you'll see like 2014, 2021, but they're still as relevant today. At times I try to find newer videos, but they're still relevant. Read chapter 1 in your Flat World textbook, and we're going to click on that in a bit because it's really cool. And then here's the 2 most important things that I want to convey. One is your homework that has to be done. It's Flat World homework. It's based on your textbook as well. You have 2 attempts at this, but it's due June 15th, end of day, end of week. So it's just a questionnaire, true or false, multiple choice on the material. And then your discussion board post. Your discussion post is an overview of the chapter. So it's an overview of what you learned in 200 words or less. Your initial post is, and that's due Wednesday by end of day. You just click on here, create a thread, and post that way. So it's just an overview of what you learned, 200 words or less, not a biggie. You have to reply to another student by the end of the week, which is a Sunday, and I got to fix these dates. It's not 4:02. I fixed everything except that. But you got to reply, and I'm going to do that real quick. Things are hidden in plain sight, so if you guys see anything that dates look off, just let me know. It could be an error in the course build. But your initial post is going to be due Wednesday, the 11th, those 200 words, and then a reply, 50 words or minimum, is going to be due on the 15th, which is Sunday, end of the day, right? So it says at midnight. It really should say end of day. I know that sounds confusing. It's end of day, midnight. So take a look at that when you get a chance. I'll probably clear up the midnight, end of day section here, but it's just an overview of what you learned. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. It doesn't have to be referenced or anything like that. All right, I wanted to click on the Flat World textbook, right? You can go actually to the course, I think it's resources. Yeah, click course resources, and you can click Applied Communications here, and let's let it load. Our textbook is online. It's really cool. There's all kinds of different information. You can click on the first chapter. I like it because I'll have an audiobook for me. You can use audiobook. So chapter 1 intro. Yeah, it's great, and I hopefully you heard that. I'm not sure if it went through. I think it might have, but yeah, it'll read to you. You can do all kinds of stuff. There's videos in here. You got learning objectives. I think it's a really powerful tool for you guys to have an online textbook. All right. I know I talked a lot. This is a long video. Most check-in videos are not this long, but I'm hoping that helped you navigate the class. I'll have some more information coming out soon, but this as a first check-in video, I hope it was helpful, and I look forward, if you have questions, to answer them. Email me anytime. I'm here to help. All right, more to come. Thanks so much. Have a great rest of your day.